Meanwhile, road crews have been busy working through the night and early morning hours to make the morning commute as smooth as possible. Claire Kopsky and her photographer have fired up the LEX 18 mobile cam to keep an eye on road conditions this morning. Let's go to her now live. She kicks off our StormTracker team coverage.
Hey Claire, good morning. We have been spending a little bit of time on Man of War since we last saw you. A little bit dicey out there in some spots, so like Jill was just saying, as you are coming out of your neighborhood, some of those areas have not been as cleared as well as what I'm about to show you. We are actually on Winchester Road right now, looking very smooth like we were seeing on News Circle and on Nicholasville this morning, also on Tate's Creek. So again, those main roads looking pretty good. It's when you're pulling out of your neighborhoods themselves, those are where you need to be extra careful. But this morning we have already seen one serious crash here in Lexington that happened around 3:20 on the inner loop of New Circle Road. An SUV hit a pole on the side of the road, killing the driver of that car. I'm told that driver was not wearing a seatbelt. During the cleanup this morning, both of the Harrodsburg Road ramps were blocked and both lanes on the inner loop of New Circle were shut down during all of that cleanup. Now, just a few tips as you're heading out this morning. You do want to leave as early as possible, as we are seeing people taking their time, so you just want to make sure you're on time for where you're headed as well. Don't use any cruise control, and remember those bridges and those ramps, they're going to be colder, more potential for ice on those surfaces. And don't forget about leaving space, extra space between you and the car in front of you. You do want to leave about 4 times the amount of space that you normally would to make sure that you can come to a total stop. We are now going to send it on over to Kristen Edwards. She is live in Madison County with the latest on the road conditions there, and she also has a little bit of a list for us on what you should pack inside your emergency kit. Kristen?
Claire, so far everything appears to be going smoothly on I-75 from what we have been able to see down here in Madison County. Traffic is moving at a good pace, there's no congestion, and snowplows are continuously coming through to make sure the highway is staying clear. Also, before you head out, AAA says you'll want to pack your winter emergency kit. We have some of those items here in the LEX 18 news car to show you what you should have. So that includes, here is an ice scraper, you have jumper cables, de-icer, a first aid kit, some fresh batteries for a flashlight. We also have a reflector triangle back there, and then to keep you warm, a blanket, hat, extra pair of gloves, a scarf, and then a light colored jacket just in case you have to get out of the car. And we also back there in the corner have some snacks and a drink for passengers and pets who may be traveling with you. You also want to have a cell phone and a car charger. You'll also want to have sand or kitty litter for traction in case you ever get stuck. And of course, as Claire said, give yourself some time, as you will have some slick conditions out there on the roads to contend with. Now we're going to head to Scott County, where Alex Valverde is, to tell us about the road conditions there. Alex.
Hey, Kristen. Well, the conditions here in Scott County are pretty much the same as we're seeing in other communities and other counties in the area this morning. And so we do have some snowfall coming down, which is why I'm underneath a gazebo, but I am going to have my photographer, Joe, step out. Sorry, Joe, and kind of show you the conditions on I-75 right now. Now, those traffic conditions, a little quiet right now, but when there is traffic moving, it's moving pretty smoothly. And when you are out this morning, some things to keep in mind. Let those snowplow drivers do their job. You want to be patient and give them plenty of space to work, and you don't want to pass the plow. Again, just make sure they have room to work. And keep an eye on emergency vehicles and other cars pulled over onto the side of the road. They want to be safe, and you want to be safe as well. So if you have space to move over to the other lane, do so. If you don't, just make sure to slow down. And if you do see a hazard on the highway while you're out there, you can call it into the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. And we are going to keep you updated throughout the morning and throughout the day on all of these conditions. So be sure to stick with LEX 18 for all of those weather and road updates. And we're sending it to you, Claire.
All right, Alex Valverde, Kristen Edwards, and Claire Kopsky live for us this morning. Ladies, thank you. And go ahead and take a look at your screen. This wintry blast also causing some flight delays and cancellations at Bluegrass Airport this morning. As of now, there are 2 cancellations for flights from Charlotte. There are also 5 delays currently issued for some flights from Atlanta, Philadelphia, and LaGuardia Airport in New York City. As always, be sure to check the flight status board or check in with your airline on social media before heading to the airport.